initially referencing another business, but it's them. So, you know, essentially, um, we've got the government going after certain people that were part of the these businesses, NGOs that were part of the NSARS protest, which is sad to see, but it is what it is. So they'll just have to perhaps take up their matter in courts. Because look, the CAC deregisters businesses all the time, right? They don't go on Twitter and announce that this business has been deregistered for this or that reason. They deregister thousands of businesses. So, you know, for them to come out on Twitter, it's you can see what's happening. Anyway, speaking of Twitter, there's a video that's been making the rounds. Same thing we keep talking about all the time. Of a woman in Abuja. She's sitting in her car, and she takes her phone and starts complaining about multiple taxation. There's a body in Abuja. I think they're called AMAC, and they went. This is, I think, the Abuja Municipal Area Council is what AMAC stands for. She said she owns it. She's a restaurant owner, and she says that they came to her business. I think she's got two restaurants, one in Wuse and another in Guarimpe, I think is the other Guarimpa. So they came there and sealed off the Guarimpa restaurant while people were inside, while the workers were still there, and also while customers were still eating inside the restaurant. According to her, she, they told her that she didn't have a particular food receipt. There's some receipt. They came up with something. And she says, okay, well, can you not seal my office while, excuse me, my restaurant while people are eating inside? They're like, nope. In order for you to be able to clear this receipt, she needs to bring 250,000, right? And she says, well, what am I supposed to get 250,000 out of nowhere? She even said that at some point she had tried to pay every single possible item that was required from these people, but they keep coming back with more and more. She even told one of her people that she works with, go there, ask them for every possible food receipt and requirement that they need, and just pay everything. But things keep coming up, and you have to remember, she's part of the hospitality sector. The hospitality sector has been beaten into the ground by the COVID-19 pandemic, and then you've got the NSARS protests, and then you've got the curfews everywhere, and so on and so forth. Well, that was mainly Lagos, but Abuja still, was under lockdown. Restaurants still suffered, and even restaurants that are open now, you've got to now work with a lower seating capacity. Same thing with movie theaters. So you can imagine being in a profit hole for the better part of 6-7 months, and then you come out of that hole, and now you have to deal with having to a reduced revenue coming in because you have reduced seating capacity because of social distancing and because of the health matters and so on and so forth. And you are a business that thrives on volume, right? And you thrive on, look at the UK now. The UK is in they're going back into another lockdown again, and most of the businesses there are service industry businesses in the UK, where it requires the pubs, the bars, the restaurants, and so on and so forth. So for her, a business owner here, and in the UK, Rishi Sunak, the Chancellor of the Exchequer, basically their own finance minister, has come out with a furlough scheme that pays people, covers all people's salaries. I think it's up to £2,500 a month or so for folks who've been laid off or suffered salary cuts. That is a government that is literally stepping in to cover things up for them, and they still have to go into another lockdown. Anyway, so I'm just bringing up the UK because of his service, and Goke is there and he sends us messages from there, can confirm all this stuff. But anyway, here in Nigeria, I mean, there have been palliatives, but essentially businesses need money to stay afloat. So she's trying to stay afloat. She's dealing with the revenue hole from being shut down for months. She's dealing with lower, limited seating capacity in her restaurant, meaning that less people are coming in to eat, meaning that she's got less people to draw revenue from, and now you've got this municipal council folks who are coming and shutting down her restaurant. And you can just, I mean, she's speaking English, and then she gets so frustrated she goes into Hausa while she's talking.
It's frustrating.
Yeah,
I can only imagine the frustration for businesses, and it's a bit worrying because we know how much I don't want to call it noise because they have done a lot of work, but how much this present government has prided itself in the ease of doing business council,
right,
and the number of reforms that have been made to ensure that businesses in Nigeria operate under a conducive environment. However, when we hear, and that's why when we bring reports such as, oh, we've climbed up the index, we hear, the comments are a bit cynical, like, well, it's not affecting me personally as a business person.
Right.
It's been said that Nigeria is a very tough place to do businesses because of, things like this, because of agencies that can wake up one day and decide that, okay, they're going to come after your business,
right,
or you are clearly trying to survive. Like I like the example you gave of the UK. I know the schemes. The rest of the hospitality furlough as well, whereby they pay is a percentage of each diner's meal.
Yeah, thank you. I didn't even bring that one up.
Yeah. So that's what they're doing. They're looking at the huge, impact of the lockdown. They're encouraging people to eat out. They're asking you to go out. If you eat out, we'll pay part of your meal, just so that restaurants and hospitality outfits can stay afloat. Here, we are trying to shut them down. It's very unfortunate.
So what's the solution here? You have to collapse these agencies. I can't think of what the other you've got to eliminate some of them. Right now, you're going to put some people out of work, but people keep pointing to the fact that when much, or is it level 1 to level 14? I don't know how much of the civil service was told to stay at home. We kept moving. Lagos kept moving. It was as if we didn't even miss them.
The downside of that is that then we have people who are unemployed. So
I know.
So even if it's just to give them employment.
Right. Well, no. The thing is, at this point, Ayo, I've been using that argument for a long time now that cutting down civil service, these agencies will lead to unemployment. But you know what? It's either that, or you continue to see businesses shutting down, closing shop. And so at the expense, it's either you wait, I cut down this agency and I lose 200 or 300 people that are civil service people in government who, frankly, not all of them, but frankly, are not that productive and are not making the government achieve its goals in terms of KPIs and so on.
So where do those people go?
And you retrain them. See, look, and what's his name? Rahm Emanuel, former mayor of was it, I think, Chicago, former mayor of Chicago.
I was waiting for you to mention the location.
Right.
And compare that.
We just compared UK now.
No, I mean in terms of job cuts.
No. Here's what he said. This is what he said. Yeah. He said that, look, there are retail businesses in America that had closed shop and gone bankrupt. Those people now needed jobs. He said, look, if you're in retail, go and learn to code. We will pay for you to learn how to code. So you have to retrain people. You never stop learning. You and I, everybody reads books. We continue to learn new things. You've got to cycle out of what's it called? Cycle out of one area. I mean, I'm an economics graduate. I was doing financial services and asset management. I've moved fully into media now. So I didn't think I was going to be on radio and television when I first started doing my economics courses. It's still grounded in business, but I've moved. So if something happens tomorrow and media is no more, what will I do? Will I be unemployed? I have to go and find work elsewhere now.
How about agriculture? That's another agriculture.
Oh, sorry.
Who you see, I'm farmers?
Whenever I hear agriculture now, no, Nigeria, I'm so cynical now when I hear the agriculture thing, but
do you know that's such a huge employment sector?
Well, I'm not physically going to pick up a cutlass or whatever.
But you know that the value chain is long. So you can actually, you don't have to be on the farms. There are many things we could do. We can invest in the agricultural sector. Imo from Ikeja says, good morning. This Abuja thing is very sad. The only way most people avoid these local council guys is if you know someone. I had an interesting experience once. I went to one of these council offices to sort out a problem. When a sudden commotion erupted, what happened? Oga don't give us targets. He said he wants 5 million this weekend. Wow. Let's go and scatter streets.
Facts. And thank you so much for that message, because that's what they're dealing with. It's just, I don't know.
So it boils down to a corruption issue. It's not even an agency issue.
Thank you. Which is why they have to be. You got to close them down, and then but who has? Because these folks
I
have.
still don't like. That's not the solution to dealing with corruption.
Okay. So what's the solution? You see, something has to get done.
There's a long list of things we could do, and it has nothing with sacking people.
Are you telling me that Nigeria has the optimal amount of agencies? Buhari promised to close down agencies. He said that they were doing duplicate duties. He didn't even closed. I think he merged like what, 5% of the number that they come
What's
on
your
now.
unemployment rate?
23.2 is actually higher. It's 23.2 or so. It's our employment rate. If you really count the figures, it could be 40% or maybe more. Because South Africa can't be dragging
so
unemployment. Ayo.
Alright, so
we have to do something.
Things are not moving when some level of civil servants were at home in Lagos. Some of us that seek approval for one thing or the other from Lagos State suffered a lot. Okay.
Okay. Fair.
Cruz says, I think Nigeria is just behaving like our parents when they were badly behaved. For the 70s, 80s, or 90s kids. Yeah, rather than apologize when they were wrong, they punished you with more chores or flogged you. We shouldn't be surprised because the people running things are made of these class of parents I referred to, so it's kind of in their DNA. How do you, as a regulatory agency, seal people inside a building? What if there was a fire or other emergency?
Exactly. I mean,
gosh, that's.
And then the key there was bring 250K and we'll open it back up, right? I mean, again, it's a shakedown. It's a shakedown. That's what it is. These businesses are being shaken down. So something has to get. I can't look. It's not about me coming on here and you complain. The thing to get done is you got to merge these agencies, and then there has to be remember she said go there and ask them for every single possible receipt and approval that I need and pay for everything up front. She sent him there, he did it, and yet they still came back and said, no, you haven't paid for this, and this. So there's got to be a table where it or structure where it says these 10 items are everything you need as a restaurant. For restaurants, it's mostly NAFDAC now, or these other guys that come and make sure that your food isn't spoiled.
Just like you said, duplicate agencies. You said NAFDAC, there's Food Association,
so thank you. So everything all your pretty nails, you just finished counting everything. For each of those nails, close that one down, close the other one down, close the third one down, leave only NAFDAC.
Should answer him that long value change indeed, like the ones of the agro investments, right? That successfully scammed everyone. Inka, there is a huge potential that we haven't tapped into in agriculture in Nigeria. If we invested in that sector, it would
power. It's power. You can't store any of your.
That's why I said that we have issues beyond just agencies being.
As I'm talking to you now, I have a low current at home, so the fridge and freezer I have to
power yourself.
And then I left home with my low power, and then got on the road to deal with. I always want to tear my hair. No, I'm telling you, there are just some days where this country. Yeah. But look, everybody, please stay strong. Nigeria is all we have.
Yes.
Please vote. You know, and I don't know. There's just no other way to get it done than for us to do it ourselves. So hey, we can either complain or we can roll our sleeves up and try and fix things. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Rotis, and everyone who sent in comments.
Yes.
We continue to speak on business matters and tech on Business Express 901. Tomorrow is a Friday, so it's going to be tech.
I don't even know what day of the week it is again. I didn't even know tomorrow is Friday, but it's all good. We'll be back. Next up, 7:30, it will be Freshly Pressed 901, detailed analysis of today's national news headline stories. This week has actually been very full. The news headlines have been something else, heavy. So please join us then. Before then, we have some smooth music for you. Enjoy and get ready for Freshly Pressed 981.
Actor, and you're listening to
so much.
Thank you.
Keep listening.
Do you know that COVID-19, also known as coronavirus, typically attacks the human respiratory system? This is why you must